visual representation of what this is, it has a round bar that comes up and then out. So
just think of where Jesus was crucified.
Oh boy, don't know if I'd go with that as a description. Yeah, it's a big. I would have said a big T, not a big cross.
I guess you're missing the top, like
the headrest. I want to propose a challenge.
Okay.
Maybe a Dick Kyle.
D.I. Kyle.
Versus a Steve.
Dick Steve?
D.I. Steve.
Oh, Duke Steve. It doesn't fit. Doesn't even make sense.
Rude. that was just an insult.
I'm thinking something like this. So a little stand, a T with the base, like you said, Steve, with just a pair of earbuds dangling from it. So really, what it's going to look like is male genitalia. I, honest to God, had this idea, fully thinking it was good.
How many times do you think you've said that exact thing? Like, I swear I thought this was going to be a good idea.
Yeah, I thought it was a good idea.
But,
too much. ... Yeah, the Podconi idea. It simply, listen, that's what happens when you've done 190 of these, and after episode, I don't know, 5, decide to stop planning.
Yeah, fair.
Ideas like the Podconis come up organically, and yeah, it's like, Steve, you know this all too well. Doing some DIY. It's like you got a nice wall that you just painted or that you're about to put another coat on.
Yep.
But you got to sand a few spots. Maybe there's some putty. That's what we encounter.
Yeah.
And that right there, me thinking of the Podconi idea that ended up looking like male genitals, was a spot that just has to be sanded over.
Just needs to be smoothed over a bit. Yeah. It's the idea is solid. You got all your materials around.
Yeah.
You're ready to start. A little wrench thrown in the mix. That is par for the course for this podcast.
Yeah.
It is Sunday, February 23rd, 2020, the year of our Lord. It's the Steve and Kyle podcast. Broadcasting live. Not live. Broadcasting recorded. Not broadcasting.
Live to tape.
Narrowcasting recorded from my basement. And
as we do every week.
Every week we are here. Every Saturday or Sunday morning sitting here. This happens to be a Sunday this time because you had a big day out yesterday. You're going to the big Winter Beer Festival.
Yeah. Yeah, boy. Officially retired.
I feel like every time you've talked about a beer fest or something of the like, any kind of festival like that is focused on one thing, you come back disappointed.
Not disappointed. I didn't want to go this year. Let's call it bullying. I was bullied into buying a ticket this year and
By
going.
Who bullied you?
Oh, my brother, the couple other guys we go to. It was a big to do.
So this is
buying my ticket.
It's at the local ballpark.
It's at the ballpark, so it's outside. It's February, which is best case scenario is a coin flip regarding weather. This year happened to be a stroke of great luck.
This weekend's great. It's going to be, I think, 47 today, 45 before we plunge back down in the next few days.
And yesterday happened to be pretty nice as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's expensive. It's busy. It's still cold. I mean, comparatively, yes, 39 with some sun is nicer than usual.
It's nicer than what we've had for the last 2 months, probably.
Right.
Now, when you say it's expensive, you're talking the ticket itself?
The ticket itself. So the ticket itself after fees is $60.
Oh.
$55 plus a $5 service charge or whatever.
How's that work?
This company calls it.
Does that just get you in the door and then you have to pay for samples? Or?
No, so they give you a buttload of samples that you'll never really need all of them.
You get tickets or something?
Yeah, like little silver tokens, 15 of them at least. Well, 15 is the number, but if you just hold on to your ones from prior year, you end up having a lot more tokens.
Oh, so they don't change.
They've never once changed it.
They don't change. They don't stamp a new year on them or anything?
Never once have they considered the idea that people will start hoarding tokens. And, well, that's what has happened for years.
So you get how big of a sample? 2 ounce?
I want to guess it's probably 2 ounce.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 ounces, 15. So you're getting, what's that? 30 ounces, which equals about 2.5 12-ounce beers.
Yep.
That's more than enough for me.
Really?
Yeah.
But for $60?
Boy, that makes it not worth it at all. Now, granted, Beer Fest is it's not really my thing.
Right. You're not going to seek that out. That's not your thing.
Now, if somebody said, "Hey, I got an extra ticket. You want to go to the Beer Fest?"
Right.
Don't worry about paying me. Yeah, maybe I'll go.
Right.
Or at most, I think I would pay $20 for it. I'm not going to. I'm not paying $60 to go to an outdoor beer fest in Michigan in February.
I think yours was work related, but I'm pretty positive I've interacted with you at a beer festival, the one that they used to do next to the zoo.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Summer beer fest.
Right.
Yeah, that was fine. That
okay.
was yeah, it's really the winter aspect of it.
You can't get past that. I guess I can't fault you for that.
No. Although on a nice day, like unseasonably warm like it's going to be today, yeah, maybe I would just to be outside. Kind of got that cabin fever going because we've been cooped up inside the last couple of months.
Yeah, as I was pulling in, I saw your bride, your 2 puppies.
Yep.
Your daughter.
Yeah.
Out for a walk.
Going for a walk, yeah.
Well, Evelyn wasn't.
No, she's an idiot. Can't even walk yet.
I don't know what you thought you were getting when you got her.
I thought I got a walker.
Let's talk behind the 8 ball, if we could for a moment.
She's doing very well standing if we support her.
Okay.
Nice strong legs.
You know what else could do that? Crutches. Okay.
So you're saying
You're telling me that your daughter is as good a stander as a cripple.
I did not use that word.
Is that can I not use that word?
I don't think that it's I feel like that one has been retired.
Oh, I feel like I'm kind of ushered in though. You know, I am a spokesperson for the
cripples,
for the ADA. I didn't say that. Whoa. You can't say that.
So you're a spokesman for the ADA because you took a step to the side, tore your Achilles.
Whoa.
You were 3 pitches into a softball season.
Sir, I ask you to consider your phrasing for one moment.
Oh, I'm sorry, man that just said crippled.
Again, because I can. I'm part of the group. I speak for the group when it comes to handicap accessibility.
Do they know this? Do they know that they have a spokesman in you?
Well, they've got an election coming up. I'm thinking of throwing my name in the ring.
For what?
Spokesman.
So there's
It's titled Spokesman for the Cripple.
There's an ADA election coming up where they're looking to elect a new, quote, spokesman for the cripple.
Very select voting block.
Oh.
Okay? And it's a secret ballot. All the bells and whistles.
I mean, why would anyone know about it?
So, my name's in the ring, so I can become a spokesperson.
Okay.
Sorry, spokesman's disrespectful. Spokesperson for the ADA.
Good.
So I can say that you cannot, though. You need to apologize to a lot of the handicapped.
Mm-hmm.
Should we do that now or in writing?
I'm sorry, what? I do not pay attention most times when you speak.
So anyway, your dumb daughter's out there riding. So that's a joke. Honest, please, nobody be upset.
Imagine if I had taken it seriously and just flipped the table.
You would, yeah. You just get up, put your headphones over your arm.
Oh, okay. We're going to talk about that,
and then walk out and close the door. And about 10 minutes later, after I realize, yeah, he's not coming back.
I think this might be over. Didn't make it to 200.
The big anniversary special's canceled, it seems like.
We're going to be at 200. What, in a month?
Yeah. What is this one we're doing right now, Steve?
I think 192.
100. and 92.
And then with the one that'll come out a couple days after this, the Fast 5 episode, we're looking down the barrel.
So this Friday will be 190. Well, so how far out are we? So this Friday will be, or this Thursday, sorry.
193.
Will be 193. The following Tuesday will be 194.
And then later that week, now, is there going to be a new Sports Tate?
Oh, boy.
Because this is weird, though, because there's a chance that there will be, and it'll actually come out before this.
No, I'm scrapping that.
Is it too much to record today, publish today?
Yes.
Why? What you got going on?
We've already got a couple episodes that we're doing this week.
So you made it 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. Yeah. No, listen, this is a bad week. It could be time for Jeep Tate. Listen,
something needs to reign supreme.
Something needs to fill the void that people are waiting for very niche talk.
So yeah, stay tuned for an first ever episode of Jeep Tate, where I talk about the benefits of the Dana 60 axle over the Dana 44. Look forward to you tuning in.
Now listen, there's enough of this messing around today, Steve. We got to get right to it. You and I have had
get right to it. 12 minutes in.
You and I have had a busy week or so. You're still grinding away on this bathroom, and I have questions.
Okay.
Because you sent me a text that I need. I might have 1 million questions about.
Okay.
And we'll get to that.
Oh, I know what that. Of course, I know.
So,
I know what that's.
Yeah,
about.
you sent it,
mm-hmm.
and it's a very serious matter that we have to get to.
Okay. Maybe I don't.
Up.
Maybe I don't know then.
But I needed to quickly recap because it's not without blunder that I completed a DIY project this week.
And I hope that the text because you texted me pictures, and I hope that my response. I hope that you read it as I meant it, because it was 100% serious. I meant that completely seriously. My response, like how I thought, my opinion on how it turned out. I thought it turned out incredible. I said something like, it looks like it's out of the pages of Better Homes and Gardens or something.
Yeah, and
it looks great. It looks really, really great.
The wall is complete.
The wall, you have built the wall.
Built the wall. We're keeping them out.
Built the wall, keeping out the trash.
That's complete. Painted, sanded, and painted, and all that stuff by my lovely, talented wife. All done. And I appreciate the kind words. I will post those. I didn't post the final picture, so I'll be sure to post those. Those should be up right now. If you check at Steve and Kyle on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, you'll be able to see those. So please be sure to check those out. But that wasn't the only DIY I had done this week.
Oh, Dick Kyle was busy this weekend. Kyle. We call him here on the old podcast.
I don't know who he is. But I wish we would stop.
The Stephen Kyle Nation. That's what we call it.
SK Nation? We're like, what is that new one that I see ads for? Is it Fox Nation?
I don't know.
Where Fox News has their own paid service where it's like extra Fox News.
Oh, boy.
And it's got like...
That's what you need.
One of the two from Big and Rich, I think, has a show.
Big or Rich?
I don't know. One of the two. Maybe it is both. But I feel like I've only seen one of them.
Well, I'm surprised that they lean to the right.
I'd never thought. So, Stephen Kyle Nation apparently demands that I'm called a rude...
Dick Kyle.
Rude insult.
I believe you gave yourself that name.
This is some of the most revisionist history this podcast has encountered.
I don't recall.
So you don't recall, but you recall enough to say, I believe it. Okay.
Well, look, there's certain things I remember, certain things I don't.
So this was... I guess it's DIY, but it's really just replacing appliances.
Okay, yeah.
And you have helped me with that in the past. Helped me replace the...
Perfect, and it went flawlessly.
The dishwasher.
End of story. Story's over. We have nothing else to say.
And I want to say this, because I don't, and I don't think you are, but I want it to be known. The reason I didn't ask you to assist this week was simply because I know you have your own undertaking going on.
Sure.
That's it. I have one of my best friends lives 2 doors down from me, and I needed help, carrying up and down steps, whatever. He was right there. Not having to, maybe drop a saw from cutting out a water pipe like I'm sure you were this week.
Yep.
So that's the only reason, Steve. Otherwise, you'd have been first in line to help me carry a washer and dryer upstairs.
I don't have to be, though. You can call other people.
No, it's okay. You'll stay at the top.
I mean, look, I don't want to take the opportunity from somebody else.
You know what?
There could be some young up-and-comer
I'll open up nominations.
Chomping at the bit to get out on the field for the first time.
I'll open up the nominations, but I got to tell you, you're a strong front runner.
All right. Ito.
So, we'd ordered this new washer dryer about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they finally were going to come this past Wednesday. So to prepare for that, I think it was on Sunday, I decided our laundry's good. I'm going to go disconnect, and then ideally get these things outside and sold on Facebook Marketplace by the end of, tomorrow type of thing. Have just a clean exit, so there's a clean entrance. Boom, boom.
See, I would have done the take pictures of them while they're still in their spot.
Okay.
And post them on Facebook Marketplace and say, bring a friend, because you'll need to carry them out of the basement.
Oh, I absolutely, when I did post these, I wrote, you will load and haul away.
Nice.
Removing myself from any obligation to help.
You'll open the door and say, that's your, I'm assuming, like, chomping on an apple.
Yep.
Yep, down in the basement.
And then hand out for the cash deposit.
Yeah.
But
maybe dust off your old crutches so there's no chance that they would consider that you're going to help.
Well, I've only got one crutch, Steve, that functions because of some real jerk former softball teammates.
What'd they do?
Well, they thought my crutches were pogo sticks at the softball game. So one looked
really?
more like I'm trying to think of the tool, like a straight edge.
Was that,
a leg just totally bent, like it was unusable.
Was I there?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were there. You weren't jumping up and down on these crutches like a certain town drunk may have been.
Oh, okay. Now I know who you're talking about.
Oh, now you do. Nobody else does. But anyway,
R.I.P. Rusty.
I thought my dream. I wanted this thing all done, so I was going to disconnect. Whatever. First problems first for Kyle. Mm-hmm. I don't even know why I didn't think about it. The dryer's unplugged. Let's unhook it from the wall. Didn't turn the gas off.
Okay.
So
you're loosening.
Yep.
Loosening.
Yep. Yep. Just pouring.
And because for me, if I hear that, I'm waiting. You're waiting for the sound to like
die down or slow down.
Because okay, there's a little bit in the pipe, so it's going to go.
Yep.
And you get that little puff of natural gas.
Sure.
Happens all the time. No problem. Just hang out, light up a cigarette, wait until that gas has completely expelled, and you'll be good.
So, and in fairness, I looked for a shutoff right there. Well, the shutoff was behind the drywall under our steps, whatever. Mm-hmm. That's why I didn't even think to look there.
Behind the drywall, so you had to knock out drywall?
No, it's under our steps, so there was an avenue to get it, like a crawl space type of thing. Okay. Went back there, turned it off. Now I'm on track.
So when it started leaking, did you quickly, tighten it back up?
Yeah, tighten it back up.
So it wasn't just pouring out?
Pouring, no. But it still was it got to the point, even a few seconds, where my wife upstairs like, hey, they smell gas. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Harumph.
So I turned that off in the back, went around front, started to take it off again, heard the gas coming out, and like you just described, you're waiting for that,
right?
The slow hiss to fade away.
Yeah, well, especially if the shutoff valve is
it's right there,
a couple feet away. There's gonna be there's a little bit of gas in that line
right there. So I'm doing that. You get it loose before it's even off, and you hear the hiss. You get the whole hose off, you still hear the hiss, and it's not slowing down. Mm-hmm. So the shutoff is probably shot or old or not installed correctly, or knowing this house, where the last time we had to deal with a shutoff, it was water related for my dishwasher, Steve, as you remember. And they had to use a gas shutoff and a gas fitting.
Do you think that they used the gas shutoff for the
water shutoff for this?
Maybe. Did you ever think maybe that they accidentally switched up the pipes and they accidentally ran water through your gas lines and gas through your water lines? I mean, it wouldn't explain why there's a gas line run to your dishwasher or a water line run to your dryer. Right. But hey, who knows? Maybe they had some newfangled technology back then.
Not for us to worry.
Try new gas dishwasher and water dryer.
This is going to be the super modern home.
Yeah, maybe your house was like the model home for the World's Fair or something.
Yeah,
like that.
They decided that. Yeah, it's going to be. I think you can go to one of the museums and see like when somebody designed. I think it's like a nuclear home.
Yeah,
and see what that whole thing looks like. So I quickly try to hook it back on, and obviously there's still the gas smell. So at that point I decided, well, now I have to simply wait for the new one to get here, turn the gas off to the whole house, whatever, do it all in one fell swoop.
Okay, so you found you know where the shutoff is for the whole house?
Well, Steve, Sunday to Wednesday is a long time to think.
I was going to say, I don't think that's as easy as...
So from Sunday to Wednesday, Kyle thought, that's not that bad. I'll just line the dryers up next to each other, have the one new connection ready.
So, like, you're loosening one with your left hand, holding the other one in your right hand. Boom, boom.
Yep.
You could probably do that in under 10 seconds.
Nobody would even know gas was in the house.
Nope. No.
And I decide that's the best idea.
Is your furnace in that room, too?
No.
Okay, so there's not an open flame?
Nope.
Okay, that's good. That's a good start.
So, by Wednesday, I'm in. I'm sold that this is the only idea.
Committed.
The only way I'm going to do this.
And do you have, like, the pipe paste and everything?
The what?
Okay. To put on there to... it's like sometimes you use the Teflon tape. For gas lines, you use the paste.
Huh?
Right. So you did that, obviously.
Listen, if you want to talk about toothpaste, go ahead and, do dental chat, okay?
Dental tape.
Grown-ups are talking right now about important stuff.
Apologies. Please, continue. We digress.
So Wednesday comes, that new washer-dryer get dropped right in the basement for us.
They brought it downstairs?
They brought it downstairs. I wasn't home. My wife took no prisoners. And in my mind said, you're putting those in the basement one way or another, so get to it, bucko. Because we're in the 60s now.
Yeah.
And she's threatening the Lone Ranger, it seems like.
Now, at this point, had you already gotten the washer out of there?
No, because I was just going to have... I didn't want to ask somebody to come over and help me twice.
Okay.
So I figured, hey, either way, it's 10 minutes compared to, 6 minutes or whatever. The washer's the heavier one. So I didn't really want to ask somebody to come back over for the dryer, which is lighter. Whatever. Decide they're in the basement. I head down there and get the old ones out, or get the old washer out so I can slide the dryer into where the old washer was. And I'm like, this is perfect. I've got it.
So you got them lined up.
Yep.
You got the hoses.
And they've all got fittings and stuff that you're supposed to hook onto the hose end and the valve end as well. Mm-hmm. I've got them lined up like I'm looking at, this is it. Because you can't, the old hose is still hooked up, so I can't see the actual full fitting that's in there. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking at the size that is hooked onto the actual valve, and I'm like, I got it. This is the one. Mm-hmm. All ready, man. I'm all ready, Steve.
Yeah, of course.
I tell Katie, I tell Reed, get the heck out of here.
Don't come back for 4 to 6 hours.
Hit the road. Open any window you see on the way out. Okay?
So I'm picturing Reed is wearing one of those like Cold War era gas masks.
Obviously. So I go all the way because I'm concerned about safety and my health and my well-being. So I pull my shirt over my nose.
That's what OSHA recommends.
And I start cranking on the old fitting, ripping it off.
shirt over your nose.
I take my glasses off because they're fogging up because your breath's just going right into your eye. Whatever. Rip the old one off, and as I'm grabbing the new hose to put it in, I realize I have the wrong fitting on. So I'm frantically searching on the floor while gas is literally pouring.
So, did you disconnect the old one and then just throw it?
Well, I got the hose out of the way, but I needed that new fitting that was going to fit in there, and I had the wrong one on. Well, I had it tightened on, so I'm sitting here with two adjustable wrenches trying to crank the fitting I just put on off with my shirt pulled over my nose while gas pours into this room.
Uh-huh. Did you ever think about just getting some balloons?
What would that do?
To catch the gas.
No, I guess I should have brought some trash bags down.
Yeah.
That would have worked, right?
Yeah.
Some grocery store bags.
Wrap some tape around
it.
it.
I thought maybe some duct tape alone, just a few things of duct tape right over the top.
Or just like put your thumb in the hose.
And plug it.
Yeah. You can stand there forever.
Yeah. So I'm searching. There's like 3 fittings on the ground. I'm trying to put them into the valve to see which is the right one. I finally figure it out, but it doesn't. It's one that had threads on 2 sides, and I only needed threads on 1 side. Whatever. It's a nightmare. It's the second fitting. I have to unscrew the one I just put in. About 4 minutes of just direct natural gas inhalation for me on Wednesday. My question to you.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
No.
Am I okay?
Mm-mm. No, not all right.
Like, could I be? Am I sick?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Because at one point I thought the only way to stop it, so I just stuck my mouth over the valve.
That's the ideal way. Keeps all the gas contained. Might be a rough night later for you passing it, but you'll be fine.
But hey, it's done. I got it.
So you didn't actually fix the issue of the bad valve, though, right?
No, because listen, we're not going to be in this house forever. I'll let the next idiot worry about this.
Yeah, but what about because when you move, you're probably going to want to take your washer and dryer with you.
Maybe. We'll see. And
if
so,
unplug it and be like, screw it.
So, we're putting the balloon on.
Okay.
Or some duct tape.
Yeah.
Either way,
Good.
I think both of those work, right?
Very nice.
Because, and I thought about asking you, because we did this. We installed a new shutoff on my dishwasher after we realized the issue when we were connecting it. Would it be the same way, though? Where I would have to shut gas all the way off to the house. We'd have to use that stupid little copper cutter thing. Mm-hmm. And then,
depending on what kind of valve. If the old one doesn't unscrew, then you'd have to cut. Oh, but that's black pipe though. It's the thicker iron pipe. I don't know. You might want to call a plumber for this one.
That's why I didn't.
Yeah.
Moving on. Done. You know, they give you that little green liquid in the
to test for
gas
leaks?
hookup. Yeah, I don't know how it's supposed to work. I just dumped it everywhere.
Did you ever think about reading the directions?
No, it didn't change color, so I think that's okay, right? That's what it means?
Yeah.
You want it to stay green?
Yeah, it's supposed to bubble a lot. And
good. Yeah, because it did that.
Yep. That is not indicative of a leak.
So I'm all set then.
Yeah, you're fine. I wouldn't smoke or light a candle.
D.I. Kyle success.
Dick Kyle does it again.
D.I. Kyle nails it. New washer dryer. Humming like a songbird down there.
Mm-hmm.
Just wear a surgeon's mask if you can.
That's good, man. I'm happy for you. Very happy for you.
Yeah, that is... it's not 2 projects I haven't had to call you on.
Yeah, very nice.
I may have called my brother, and then I inhaled minutes worth of natural gas. So maybe I should have.
You're just too proud of a man, though.
Too proud of a man who's now missing a hell of a lot more brain cells than he was on Tuesday.
Nice job. Good job. Yeah, it's been a busy couple weeks for the Steve & Kyle podcast DIY team.
Yeah, and so I mentioned this last week, and I wanted to bring it up because I think there's something maybe subconsciously going on between you and I in regards to DIY.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is this what you were going to talk about?
I was,
at
yeah.
the end of the episode?
And I did kind of forget, so I didn't follow up on it in my notes. So I'm just going to kind of
So did your notes just say, don't forget to say that thing?
Yep. Steve and Kyle DIY comparison is what I wrote down.
Okay.
But I remember the basis of it, Steve. You and I have had a long history, not just in this podcast. We've known each other for a long time. But since this podcast alone, some of the DIY projects you have undertaken consist of garage doors.
Yeah.
2.5 times.
Big garage door fan. Let's see. I've done 1, 2.5.
Yeah.
3.5. 4.5.
Boy.
5.5. I'm 5.5 garage doors in.
It's weird that you got a half. I just wondered how that worked, but neither here nor there.
Maybe one day. My wife drove through the bottom of the garage door.
Oh.
She doesn't listen anymore.
Jesus.
We had just put it in. Just replaced it.
This was supposed to be unspoken.
Well, there. It's out there now.
We can still edit it, Steve. We don't. We'll make room in the budget. We'll edit it out.
I'll beep out the W in wife. No one will ever know. Yeah, we had just replaced it, and I think
accidents happen.
Accidents definitely
Steve,
happen.
Okay,
yeah. And that's why I was so proud of myself for
not making her cry.
How I handled that one. That was because she called me at work very upset. She had driven through the garage door because the garage door opener wasn't hooked up yet, and she just was so in the habit of backing out of the garage. She just drove right into it and called me crying, and I just said, "Oh well, no big deal. We'll just figure it out."
Yeah, just a few panels, no big deal.
2 panels, no biggie.
Swap just a zip on the bolts there.
Didn't take long at all to replace
and
it.
Zip on the new ones.
The only crappy part about it is because it wasn't just a standard, like the standard white door that they all the places have in stock.
Right.
It was like the off-white kind of tan door.
Right.
And so we had to wait like 3 weeks to get new panels in.
Well, that's okay, because before that you were used to essentially no functioning garage door anyway.
Pretty much.
So you were all set.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that's where the half comes in. The big mystery has finally been revealed.
Now you did the basement renovation, which we talked about that at length. We told stories about that. You've replaced windows.
Yep.
You have done. I'm trying to remember what
flooring,
the other ones were. The flooring,
we did the nursery, we did the bedroom.
Yep. So I noticed something when talking about this last week. And you and I have a real back and forth with like following each other one way or another. Typically, it's been me following your projects.
Okay.
Like you've done the garage doors, and what did we do last August?
Garage doors.
Did the garage door. You got windows in your last house just before moving.
Yep.
What am I getting in about 3 weeks?
Windows.
You've done flooring.
You doing some flooring?
No, I got new carpet, though.
Okay.
But again, that's a check-cutting move for Kyle.
Sure.
We don't dance with that anymore.
No. Smart move.
You had to replace before baby Evelyn was here. What'd you have to replace on your second floor, Steve?
Oh, the railing.
You had to replace.
Yeah.
What did I do?
You did
rip out a railing and put in a wall.
You just can't stop trying to be me.
I can't. I am begging to be Dick Steve.
D.I. Steve. Not to be confused with Douche Steve, as you inexplicably called me last week.
So rude.
Very rude.
So unnecessary.
It was just a blatant insult.
Nothing to do with anything else.
No.
But now,
all right, so
it does go back and forth a little bit, Steve, because now what project are we talking about you doing here in the next month or two?
In the next month or two. What am I doing?
It's outside.
Oh, the deck.
You're going to rip up some of your deck or all of it. Just did a lot of that myself last year, Steve. Yep. I'm your man.
Last year, what was your big project?
Boy, what was the one I did last year?
The one that you dreaded and you talked about at length about how terrible it was.
The bathroom?
Yeah, the bathroom.
Exactly. That's the big one.
And what am I doing now?
You're doing the bathroom.
Look at this.
We can't stop.
No.
Are we because I honestly didn't think about this until last week when we were talking about my DIY project and you're doing the bathroom. I thought, man, I've done a bathroom. Oh, he's done a railing. Mm-hmm. Do you think subconsciously you and I are like competing? Like, well, he did the bathroom. No, I got to do the bathroom. Or I see like, well, that idiot did his railing. I can do a wall where this railing is.
Insulting. I don't know why you have to call me an idiot.
That's a hypothetical.
Yeah, a hypothetical where you call me an idiot.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, it's on like an animation on a presentation, so it's just two generic characters, Steve. It's not you, not me, just two. Oh, that idiot.
But in the basis of this conversation, it is you and it is me.
If any dumb Jersey buffoon could do a railing,
now you're getting oddly specific.
Again, stick-drawn characters, hypothetical on like a PowerPoint presentation.
Could be anyone.
Could be anybody. So here's what I'm thinking.
We're going to combine our efforts.
I think you and me need to pick a DIY for the next year that we both would like done. Maybe it's not like, it maybe not essential, right? Maybe it's not like for you the bathroom, which you really wanted to do since you moved in. But maybe it's something that you're kind of thinking of that you both would like, that I would like. We both do them, maybe together, maybe separate.
How about we, like the old TLC
show,
Trading Spaces? Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
So like me and Annette go over to your house for a weekend.
Yeah.
You guys come here for the weekend.
Yeah.
And then
we each renovate a room.
Then we do a big reveal.
So you come home Sunday night and you open the door and there's just natural gas pouring out of your washroom because I've hooked up like a new washer dryer, but I've hooked them up to like a kerosene pump or something crazy.
I've replaced your front window just with a fish tank. Now you can see fish when you look outside.
Everybody drive by, see fish they like. So,
and your ceilings are red for no reason.
Yeah, and I want to mix it with what was the other show? The contractor that everybody liked, handsome guy. They make like a whole new house.
Oh, Ty Pennington. That's Extreme Makeover.
Extreme Makeover, Steve. Extreme Makeover. I want to mix those two because Extreme Makeover, the big mistake that those families and the kids especially made, you never let those designers in on anything you may somewhat enjoy.
Yeah.
Because if you made the mistake of saying something like if it was me at that age especially, and they're talking to me and I said, "Yay, really like the Detroit Lions." I'm going to come home.
That's it.
With not just a Detroit Lion room, but probably a taxidermy stuffed lion in the corner.
Yeah, with a big D branded on the side of it.
Like every time I'm going to open my closet doors, it's going to have the announcer yelling like, "Touchdown Lions!"
Yeah, they really did. They would do the same thing. Remember the old TV show Pimp My Ride?
Yes.
They did the same thing on that show. It would be, they'd be redoing the car for a 23-year-old. Well, she's a college student. She studies all the time, and they'd turn her minivan into like a study.
Yeah.
So it would have a wooden ladder so you could climb up to get books off the top shelf, and like a big desk. It was the most ridiculous thing in the world. Oh, I really like fish. Okay. Yo, you like fish? Now your wheels are fish.
An actual fish. There was one that I remember where, I don't know if it was grilling or cooking, but essentially the back end would open up in this, hatchback, and like a grill, a smoker, and a mini fridge would like come up using hydraulics from the floor. So it's actually a 2-seat car because they had to renovate everything.
Completely useless. Because how often are you grilling on the go? I mean, it's one thing if it's like my brother, for instance, he goes to all the Eagles home games.
Yep.
So it would make a little more sense for him,
right?
Or at least because a few of my friends used to have Eagles season tickets. So they went out. This is 15 years ago. They went out and bought this like crappy conversion van for like $500.
Okay.
They painted it with just spray paint, painted a big Eagles logo on the side of it.
It's like a tailgate.
It was a tailgating van. And then they had a couple of they built like a grill into the back of, or I think the grill would hook onto the trailer hitch or something, so they could just load it up, head on over to the game. That's cool for that specific purpose.
That's it.
But do you want to drive that to work every day? Hey, hop in my conversion van grill mobile.
Hey, my car's in the shop, but that's okay. I've got tailgate machine that we can use in a pinch. Now, granted, the cassette deck / radio only plays the Eagles fight song.
Right. But it's okay, because I can plug my Discman with the cassette adapter into it, and we can play the latest Soul Asylum record.
And anytime I have to hit the horn, it just yells, E-A-G.
Really annoying in traffic.
But other than that, this thing will get us to and fro perfectly.
All right, so which room in your house do I have complete creative control over? Because you already did the nursery is relatively new.
Yep. Oh, you're gonna like this one. Here's what I got.
Yeah.
Basement bathroom.
Basement bathroom.
It's basement bathroom and
it's like a bathroom / utility
washroom.
Room, right?
Yeah.
So
this thing is awful. I hate every inch of it. It's too big. I'd like the room separated somehow, Steve. If you could do that, maybe put the washer dryer and either some French closet doors. You know, maybe kind of
how about just a curtain?
No,
not good enough.
No, it's not good enough. Are you kidding me?
I'm just gonna build a wall in front of it and then drywall it. So your washer and dryer are just behind the wall.
It's no different. It's like everything else in that house where I had to cut holes in my basement ceiling to try to get the water shut off because they just built around it.
Yeah.
This thing has, right out of the 80s, green linoleum.
Ooh.
It's got a small, like the vanity's fine. It's got an a mirror. The toilet needs to be replaced. Mm-hmm. It's got a corner stand-up shower, but they put it on floor. Nowadays, they have, and I don't know if you use these for your new shower tub upstairs, and we'll talk about that in a moment. It's like board, like cement board, I think it's called. Did you use that?
No, didn't need to.
They didn't use anything in the basement shower because 8 spots, if you step, creaks like a haunted house. Mm-hmm. They didn't put any storage, so it's literally just a stand. Like, if you put someone in there and lock the door, they couldn't get out. It's just straight vertical walls. There's no grooves or anything to grab onto.
No little window or anything.
Nope, nothing.
Okay. Boy, that's the one I get to do, huh?
Yep, you're welcome. A lot of room.
Okay.
A lot of space.
Nice.
To play with in there.
All right.
What are your early thoughts? Are you going to give me a theme? Like an industrial, so there's just going to be 4-foot round ducts going through.
So, Kyle, what are you into?
Well, Steve, as I age, I really like sports gambling. Oh, boy, what else? And movies. Steve, I really like going to the movies.
Okay. Well, good news for you.
Yeah.
Your bathroom's now going to have a ticket box office and a popcorn machine.
I'm not even asking you. Here's what I'm doing. First floor guest bedroom. Is that my guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The door is a Jeep hood now.
Okay. It makes perfect sense.
We're going to have to make some cuts.
To get it to
get that thing to really fit snugly in there.
Okay.
The light over top is obviously a Jeep. What do they call those? Rail lights?
The Jeep.
Like if you put them on top of your Jeep and you flip it on, it's like a spotlight. But
yeah.
That's the only lighting in the whole room.
Okay, so like off-road lighting.
Yep.
Oh, maybe replace the fan with an actual fan from a Jeep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your nightstand's going to be like a converted engine block.
Those are cool. I like the way they look.
The actual engine block?
Yeah.
Oh, God, nobody cares.
Why'd you ask that? You just set me up to insult me.
And in the corner, almost like a chimney, but I'm going to have one of those things that one of the all those Jeep idiots who are like, I'm going to go in the deep water, and you need, what is that called?
It's a snorkel.
Cool.
Once again, just answering your question.
I'm sorry that everything about this makes my eyes roll. That's going to be in the corner of the room. That's right now.
It.
That's all I've got.
Boy, do I like it. That is nice.
And I think the window's going to be a windshield.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's pretty much the same shape.
Nobody will be able, so you're not going to be able to open it or get out if in case of emergency. But I have a feeling there are some fire code issues with the Extreme Makeover homes anyway.
Probably. All right, so it's set. When does this competition start?
Oh, God, never. Because I would just get in that room and I would end up calling somebody to do it anyway.
I hope. I don't know what I'm
doing. I don't know what type of budgetary things we're talking about, but I'm just going to ignore that and cut a check to someone and say, yeah, just make it look like a 11-year-old who really likes Jeeps lives here.
Well, I can't wait. Now, once you leave here today, I am in tiling hell. I have to tile the whole bathroom. I went out this morning. I bought some knee pads because the last time I did tile at my old house, it hurt so bad. My knees were sore for weeks. So I spent $30 on a pair of like breathable gel knee pads.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
So before, and boy, I apologize, Steve. I don't know if we're going to have a ton of time. We may, because I need to ask you. You've been doing Facebook garbage giveaway again.
Mm-hmm.
To absolute success.
100% success rate.
So you sent me a message earlier this week, and we're not going to give both names, and we're not going to give out personal info.
Yeah, we have to at least, I mean, the first name, though.
The first name has to be given. You finally had someone come pick up your toilet, which
yes, I gave
honestly took a lot longer than I thought. Now, new toilets, they're not like budget-breaking purchases.
No, you can get... I was at the store a couple of weeks ago, and there was one specific one at this one store, because we almost bought it, on sale for, I think, $79.99, and it was everything. Toilet,
oh wow,
the wax ring, the nuts and bolts and everything to bolt it down. So you can get them fairly cheap.
But still, it's an item that, families or whoever in a pinch, if they can get one for free that still works, they're going to do that.
Yeah, and so I personally like giving stuff away that that is still usable, that I know that somebody can like put to good use.
Yeah, and you also don't want to deal with the hassle of whether it be haggling, negotiating, or
trying to sell it. No, who's going to pay me for an old toilet?
Exactly, and automatically you're cutting 95% of your potential purchasers out by asking for any dollar amount. So I'm honestly surprised, though, it took as long as it did. Because I think you sent me a link. It may have even been after we recorded on Sunday last week.
I'm trying to remember something. Yeah, somewhere around then, probably. Sunday, Monday, maybe.
And I think it was Thursday you sent me a follow-up?
Yeah, and then the toilet didn't get picked up until yesterday, Saturday. But I knew the guy had gotten in touch. I think he picked it up the day. I think he got in touch with me on Friday, picked it up on Saturday.
Okay. And you said that this is a possible... Well, here's the way you described it to me. Let me actually pull up the actual message that you sent to me that perked my eyebrows.
Yeah, I have it right here. I said, the used toilet, all in capital letters, is currently spoken for.
Yeah.
Stand by for updates. You said that took too long. Then I replied, Wreck has been out-wrecked. Now, if you remember Wreck from 2 years ago...
Oh, my God. That's what we're submitting to the Podconies.
the tale of Wreck? Wreck was the guy that showed up. I was giving away a couple pieces of fence that were in the backyard that we didn't want anymore. And Wreck showed up in his old Lincoln Town car. I'm pretty sure his name was Rick, but he said, Steve, or Sam, because I put my name as Sam on Craigslist. This is Rick. And then he came and picked it up, and we basically just laid them across his trunk and then, squeezed the trunk lid down on them.
Please find that photo. We need to repost it.
I think I still have the Wreck audio.
Because that saga in the annals of Steve and Kyle podcast history is one of the greatest. just one of the greatest. So yeah, when you sent me a text message that said, quote, "ouwrecked," my immediate thought is, I can't believe it. Somewhere you're lying. But you sent me a follow-up, a screenshot of the interaction you'd had with this person. And the message goes as follows. My name is Elmer.
Say no more. Because of course his name is Elmer.
If you were...
It couldn't be Tim.
I'm going to post this on the poll. Because is there a better name for a guy wanting to use toilet than Elmer? Hang on. Actually, I'm gonna slightly rephrase that for the poll question. When you think of used toilet, do you think of Elmer?
Do you think of a guy named
Or do you think of a guy named Elmer?
Yeah.
That's the way it'll be on the poll this week.
I just love to see people's reactions when they read these polls before the episode is posted. So they have zero context.
I would not be surprised, and I wouldn't even be upset if somebody somewhere, between the wreck story, between everything you've encountered, the weird man who came over here and announced that his wife was a preeminent birder in the county, at some point, Steve, people are going to think that we're making these things up.
Hold on. I found the Sam and Rack, but I found like the whole bit, but I think I figured out that this might be the spot here.
Oh, Sam, this is Rick. I'm calling about the fax you have. My phone number is 616-7. Thank you, sir.
That was it.
Oh, Sam, this is Rick.
Sam, this is Rick.
Hello, Sam. This is Rick. Oh, man. So, I'm sorry, I got distracted there reading this message. My name is Elmer, and I am with a local ministry, and we have a broken toilet, and we're wondering if your YOU''RE
Okay.
free toilet is still available.
If you are free toilet is still available. All right, I'm not gonna kill him on
Not a big deal.
on the grammatical error. No big deal. Common mistake.
If so, can you call me? And this is the biggest upset I read. Or text me.
Yeah, I texted him right back because originally Elmer was second in line.
Whoa.
Somebody else had claimed the toilet, but then couldn't make it. And I said, good. I wanted to give it to my buddy Elmer anyway because it's for the ministry.
So, I need a quick follow-up. You sent me all this before.
Mm-hmm.
How'd everything go with our buddy?
It was fairly normal.
Oh, boy.
He showed up to the house, and I was out in the garage already. He backed up into the driveway and then went to get out of his car, and he had one foot out the door, and then the car started rolling down the driveway. But to his credit, he laughed at himself. I think he just I think it was a manual transmission car, and he just forgot to either put it in gear or put the brake on. Because as it's rolling down the driveway, he goes, yep, I guess I should probably put the brake on.
Now, what does Steve say when that... Now, what do you do when that starts happening? Do you start like, oh, and you like take a few steps towards the car? Or do you go like... Or are you just nonchalant and say... Hey, Elmer, your car's leaving.
No, he hadn't gotten completely out of the car yet, so I was fairly certain that Elmer was going to be able to right his wrong.
So his foot's dragging. Does he do the thing where he tries to, like, plant his foot and maybe, I'll stop it right here?
No, yeah, and then I see his legs buckle the wrong way. No, everything was fine. And other than that, the interaction, completely normal. He was a very nice man. He explained that the ministry he worked for, they had a toilet. Somebody had donated a brand new one, and somehow it had gotten broken.
Okay.
And they just needed a replacement. So, yeah, it was a very quick interaction. He was there and gone in about 2 minutes. And I was able to help out Elmer and his ministry, and I was very happy with that.
I can't...
But of course his name is Elmer. Because I can't have an interaction with a normal named... And he wasn't...
You're not saying he was not normal.
No,
you're saying, obviously, the name Elmer...
Super nice guy. But I picture, when I hear the name Elmer, I picture a guy that...
Oh, Sam, this is Rick.
That sounds like Rick. And he was a completely normal guy. He was an older guy, probably in his 50s or so, but... Hey, how are you? I'm Elmer. Totally normal.
Sorry, just putting another poll up. Was the last person named Elmer born in the 1940s?
So that would make him, what, 80?
I'd make him in his 70s.
70 to 80.
70 to 80 range, yeah. There can't be a younger Elmer.
Yeah, who's the youngest Elmer you know?
Have you ever met an Elmer before this week?
No. The only Elmer I knew was Fudd.
Have you ever, I don't, now that you would remember, you've taken thousands of phone calls, screened thousands of phone calls in your time at the side gig. I feel like you'd remember, though, if you're like, hey, Elmer on line 3.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Elmer on line 3's got a real laugher.
That is a name that is just, it's just, you don't hear it.
That sticks with you.
Yeah.
So the toilet's gone.
Toilet's gone.
And
gave away some other stuff yesterday. The old light fixture.
You're cruising now.
And like the old towel bar thing.
Did you want to talk quickly about how it's going? Did you want to wait? What do you prefer?
It's so far it's going pretty well. The tub was replaced like last week or the weekend before. I don't even remember. And then I ripped out the floor last week. I think it was after we recorded. I ripped out, and it was those old stick-down tiles.
Yeah, you showed it to me, yeah.
I was peeling them out, and then I realized that there was another layer of linoleum under that, so I just cut through all of it, ripped it out, and then they had used some, I think, thin-set mortar to level everything. Well, that all had to be peeled up, but I got the great idea to use my grinder and, grind it up. Boy, that was a bad idea because the whole house filled with smoke and all the smoke detectors were going off.
Actual smoke, not like dust.
Yeah,
it was actual.
I guess it was. I think it was dust, but the smoke detector didn't. I don't know. They were going off. Whatever. So I was covered head to toe in dust. And then I painted last Wednesday. Well, first after I had to take the toilet out so I could get all the old flooring out. Well, then Annette's mom stays here Thursday to Friday.
Yeah.
So that's the bathroom. That's the guest bathroom. So I had to go out, buy a new toilet. Because originally my plan was uninstall the old toilet, rip up the floor, reinstall it temporarily just for a couple of days so it could still be used. That wasn't happening once we uninstalled the old one. It was just needed it was not worth it. I had to cut the bolts to get it out and everything. So I had to reinstall the new toilet for a day and a half, then just to go and uninstall it again the other day so I could paint behind it and now do the flooring. I put down the underlayment yesterday, and I'm doing the flooring today. Once you're at it, by the time you're at your house, I'll be slinging tile like the mason I am.
Is that your least favorite thing to do?
Oh, I'm dreading it. Absolutely dread. We can talk for the next 5 hours if you want. I don't mind.
This isn't something that you thought about because it's a smallish room.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't something you thought about cutting a check for.
Everything I think about cutting a check for, and then I say, "Done this before. I can do it again."
Yeah.
Learned my lesson last time. That's why I bought knee pads this time.
Ooh, that's the difference.
Yeah.
All right.
Once I get through, today is the day. Today is going to be
bad day.
Today is the worst day of the project.
Okay.
And then grout tomorrow or Tuesday. And then put the vanity in, put the toilet in, and at that point, I'm like, that's close enough.
You're coasting at that point.
Close enough. I don't have to worry about the trim because that'll get done whenever.
Oh boy! And if I know you and trim,
it's gonna take weeks.
We'll be staring at no question 2021 before you're like, well,
that bathroom's so small though. It's 6 pieces of trim, and none of them are longer than 4 feet.
Easy enough.
Yeah, easy as pie. Simple.
I can't believe it's going... Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. It's going so smooth.
Don't say that. Please don't say that.
I mean, the flooring's already out, so the worst thing that could happen in it is during install is that, whatever, you measure something wrong or, doesn't fit the way you planned. And I'm sure you've got a tile saw, and I saw you posted on Facebook for that this week, and everybody thought that was going to be a big yuck fest instead of answering your question.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got one, said 5 friends who live thousands of miles away.
Oh, come over and get it up your butt!
Come over and get it up your butt? Was that the insult?
Listen, it's your friends on Facebook, not mine.
You're not friends with those idiots.
Oh, why would I? Not my mutuals.
I'd rather talk to Sam and Rick.
Oh, Sam, this is Rick.
What a classic. We need to dig up that photo, and it needs to be reposted this week so everybody can read.
Because it was definitely posted
it was posted right? on our social media, but boy, that had to be, last spring, I'm guessing, right? Because
2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago. Man.
Yeah, it was right after, it was the spring after we moved in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Another DIY complete. So this is one that, again, you weren't even going to do. Wasn't even in the cards,
Just got a little
Steve.
bit bored. I saw that we had nothing to do for about a month. Like, we had nothing on our calendar. And I was like, I'll fix that. And now I am kind of in a rush because my mom will be here in 10 days. And I want it to be completely done.
But I get the feeling, and I have no evidence to base this on, that you're already kind of eyes on the deck.
No.
Really?
I haven't even thought about it. And I'm fine if that doesn't happen.
Wow.
I want it to. I really do. But that one, though, I think is because it's not as detailed. I mean, it's a big job, but that's one of those things, like in the bathroom, if a tile's out of place or a piece of trim is a little bit crooked, I'm going to notice that a lot more.
Right.
Then with the deck, it's already kind of rustic looking, It's a deck. It's wood. So if something's off by an inch, no big deal. No biggie.
Yeah, nobody's going to notice that.
Yeah, except me.
Except you, which is the way it always goes. Still things I notice.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow. All right. There we
Did
have
you
it.
take a look at the bathroom before you?
No, I don't care.
You got to peek in there.
No,
Take a look. Tell me what Dick Kyle thinks.
There's not one thing I
You're
care
the pro.
about.
I mean, you've done the bathroom already.
Yeah, I get little pointers. I'll give you a few. A couple pointers, no big deal.
All right. Well, we've already gone longer than we said we were going to.
Yeah, New Fast 5 Thursday. Be sure to check your podcast feeds for that.
The updated pictures of our respective DIY projects at Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And 424-307-5763, 424-30-SK-POD if you want to text or leave a message. We always enjoy receiving them.
Yeah, absolutely. Love, always enjoy having that. Hasn't been one in a little, we talked about it last week, but yeah, please utilize that phone number.
Talk to you next week.